anyway, so now I fit into their clothes. So now I can even fit into a size medium in their clothes. Yes, they can't be like a certain kind of material. It kind of has to be the kind of material that gives a little. Then I could fit in a medium. But I still don't buy a medium. I still buy a large. And now I finally fit in a small top. But I prefer medium tops. Yeah, so I was down there today, and my point was I lost my phone. Because I had the fanny pack, I didn't have a purse. So I guess I was carrying around my phone, and I must have left it on a shelf. And it seems like my husband had been calling me the whole afternoon, and eventually somebody answered my phone. And my husband thought it was me joking around. And the lady on the phone said, no, I found this phone at Forever 21 or Fashion 21. And my husband's like, that's my wife's phone. Can I have your address so I can pick up the phone, or where can I get the phone? And she was kind enough, which I have a strange story, or it goes to a strange twist. She was kind enough to give my husband her address. And for some reason, my husband got her address, right? And for some reason, he called her right back. I had no clue my phone was gone. I was just here with the kids having albondiga soup and a salad. That's another thing. I eat a lot of salad, but my salads are hearty salads. I don't skimp on anything. Another thing is I always eat before 6 in the afternoon. The latest 7, and that's helped a lot too. Anyways, what was I saying? I had a hearty salad and a hearty soup. But anyways, we were just, chilling, and I guess my husband was calling, and he didn't know my cell phone was lost. I didn't know my cell phone was lost. Finally, he found out my cell phone was lost, yet I had no clue. And it seems like he was calling my kids' cell phones, and they didn't have their cell phones on them. Their cell phones, I think, were in the charging station in their rooms. So we were just relaxing, and then my husband gets home, and he assumed that I was keeping it from him, that I had lost my phone and that I was going to go pick it up later. But I had no clue my phone was gone. And then, let's see, he tells me, so are we going to go get your phone? And I said, what are you talking about? And he says, yeah, your phone. You don't have your phone. I go, my phone's over there probably in the room. And he says, no, you don't have your phone. You lost it. And I said, I did not lose my cell phone. He says, yes, you lost your cell phone. He goes, I called the girl, and she said that she found your cell phone. Or I called your phone, and a girl answered, and she said that she found your cell phone at Forever 21, or Fashion 21. I said, are you serious? I had no clue I lost my phone. I go, let's go, let's go. And we headed out to go get my phone, and he says, he said, well, once she gave me her address, he said, I got off the phone with her, and then he goes, I called her back, and I asked her if you called your cell phone. And I go, why would you do that? He goes, well, I thought that maybe you realized your cell phone was gone and you called it to find it. So I kind of thought that you knew your cell phone was gone and you just didn't want to say anything. I said, no, I'm not childish. Of course I would tell you I lost my cell phone, so you can help me. And he said, oh, he goes, I was under the assumption that you knew your cell phone was gone. I said, no. I go, don't even start arguing with me right now, or find a reason to argue with me because you're sleepy or you're hungry or you think that I was trying to keep the information from you. No, I go, no, no, no. I'm not even going to continue this argument or this conversation with you. Let's just go get my phone. And we were already driving over the hill. And he says, well, the reason I thought you knew your phone was gone is, he goes, because I called her back after I got the address and I said, hey, has my wife called her phone? And that the girl told him, oh yeah, I just talked to her. She said she's on her way. And I said, what? I didn't even know George. His name is George, my husband. I go, I didn't even know my cell phone was gone. Why would she say that? I never spoke to anybody who had my cell phone because I didn't even know it was gone till you came and told me. He's like, wow, I wonder why she said that. I said, I don't know. Maybe she wanted to keep the phone. I have no clue. He says, So I said to my husband, well, let's just get there. Don't argue with me. I know you're sleepy and you're hungry, and instead of eating right now, you're having to drive me to go get my phone because it's a stranger's house. Let's just get there. I said, I wonder why she said that. I had talked to her. I've never spoken to this female before. He says, well, maybe she wants a reward. I said, well, I'm going to give her a reward. I'm going to tell her thank you and a hug. I go, but I'm not going to give her any money because I don't have any in the first place. I go, and in the second place, she is a worker at Forever 21. If she's a worker at Forever 21, she shouldn't have taken my phone back to her home, even though I appreciate that. But in reality, she should have turned in my cell phone to her boss or her manager and left it there instead of taking it home. I go, but whatever the case is, she has my phone. Let's just go get it. Yeah, and I got my phone, and the girl that found my phone didn't want to come out to hand me the phone. Instead, the big sister came out and handed me the phone, and she said, oh, my little sister found your phone. She works at Forever 21, and she brought it home. And I told her, oh, whose cell phone is that? And my little sister said, oh, I found it at Forever 21. And that the big sister said, okay, well, we got to return it. Let's look in it. And they couldn't unlock my phone because I have a lock on my phone. So she said, but your driver's license is in there. So they were going to come and drop it off at the house. I was kind of like, I said thank you, and the karma would, come back to her for returning my phone. And she said, oh, no problem. Yeah, but it's just strange how, one, the little sister took the phone to the house, and that she had said that I already spoke to her and that I was on my way to pick up the phone. And it wasn't anybody who had called her at all. Like, I did not speak to her. Anyways, just a story to share while I'm messing around over here. And what I'm doing here is letting them dry and then coming back and ripping them out, the excess pieces. For instance, this one has excess on it. So what I'll do is I just put the credit card there, or whatever kind of card this is, or was, and I'm just ripping. And then, like I said, the only reason I'm ripping like this is because I don't want to rip it straight off of the page. And also remember, ladies and gentlemen, I don't edit. It's all real time. And if I'm talking and all of a sudden the camera or the video stops, there must be another part to the video. That's the way I roll. Real time, no editing. don't, you know, editing is like another part-time job. And I find it soothing and relaxing, and art shouldn't be work. So I find it soothing and relaxing to talk to y'all and to share stories and then read your replies. And I know a lot of people don't have the time to sit there for 2 hours listening to me. Well, that's unfortunate. But I don't mean to giggle, but there are people out there that do have the time while they're arting and farting that like to listen. And that's what I do. I art and fart and listen to other ladies with their videos. So yes, I got my cell phone back. Yes. And inside my cell phone, I have my medical, my husband's insurance card, my insurance card, my daughter's insurance cards. I have my driver's license in there. It's all convenient to me, but now that I lost it, I don't know. But then again, if I didn't have my driver's license in there, then they wouldn't have had an address to return the phone, right? So I don't know. I want to show you guys my driver's license. I'm going to cover up my address though. But Jesus, the picture on my driver's license is terrible. Like, my skin color is an olive beige. I have like an olive tone and it's beige, but my face is pretty light skinned. And on my driver's license, I am very dark. Look at that. I think I look burnt. They really burnt me on there. I look very red. Very, very red. And I look angry. I look swollen. And back here it says that I weighed 197 pounds, which I was 198 pounds at that time. But I look extra swollen and I look very dark. And my blush looks like I poured acrylic paint on me. Terrible driver's license picture. And yeah, we're almost done. Oh, actually, no, we're not. But I'm going to continue doing this and chatting. And then I also remember I still need to cut up the drop paper and turn those into journals. And I already know of 2 people that I'm going to send journals to. Once they're done and mailed out, hopefully those 2 people do a video on their first impressions and their first thoughts, when they receive the package. So it'd be a good idea. I don't know what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought. So since I can't tell where I put the glue, what I've been doing is just running this card through to make sure I have it all covered. Oh, another person I want to say too is Farah. I think it's Farah Chanley. I have your recording on my phone on how to say your name. You and I, Farah, have not been able to communicate. We just don't have the same schedule. Oh yeah, but we can write to each other. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. At the shop, I'm going to pull out my paper and pen, and I'm going to write you a letter. And I'm going to write your little one a letter too. There's just certain people here on YouTube that I've met that I feel a connection to. And they feel the same way with me. And if you're a YouTuber and you have your own channel, you know what I'm talking about. And Tutu Amy, hello. Happy you're home from your vacation. And I mentioned, I hope you make a lot of had a lot of good memories that you can bring, that you've brought home, basically. Might as well do this little pocket here. Just try to stay away from the edges so it doesn't glue down completely. Kind of getting itchy. I wonder if I'm allergic to the glue. And I'm just finding little pieces here and there to fill in the parts that I don't get. And then I'll come back and rip that off. Or if I can rip it off now, I will. So sometimes I get paranoid. I keep looking behind me. I do have my back door open. And I keep looking behind me. Especially because my daughter's been watching all the episodes since they're on vacation. I'm not into it, but they are. What's it called? Zombie Dead, Living Dead, Zombie something. Zombie, Living Dead. I don't know, I'm not too sure, but it's series and series and series of some zombie show, I guess it is. And every once in a while, I'll walk by in the living room and I'll see the zombies and they freak me out. I want to use up as many scraps as possible. Oh. One of the dogs scratched the door and I jumped. You see what a chicken I am? And I think Shannon Green was, if you're friends with her on Facebook, I think she was taken by aliens or zombies the other night. She woke up with bruises and scratches, I think, on her leg and her back. And she has a feeling that they must have dragged her out of bed. So that didn't help my thoughts that Shannon Green was taken for maybe DNA, or they took some of her brain or something. Why wouldn't they? She's a very interesting lady. Oh goodness. You're gonna come for me next. I've been told I'm an interesting lady. Whoa. I wonder what's making me itchy. Okay, let's just flip this page. Actually, we don't need to flip the page yet. I still need to work on this side. And as soon as I'm done with this side, oh, there's some kind of flap. Let's take that out. I don't know if I have any interest in reusing any of the inserts that come. I tried gessoing and painting on one of the inserts. I think it was one of the posters that are inside this book. And Claudia Rousey also had the same problem, where no paint, no acrylic would stick. It would just peel right back up. And the same thing happened to me. I tried everything, and I gessoed the poster and all the paint and everything. Days later, it just would rip right off. So I don't think I have any interest in spending time again on trying to get these inserts to work. Is there a pocket here? Yeah, there's the pocket. I'll just leave the pocket like this. And let's put this here. Let me show you. I think I'm better off just closing my back door because I feel like I'm going to get attacked by a zombie. Yeah, I'm going to go close the back door. I'll be right back. Okay, we're safe. Now let me let the dogs in, because that's what they want to do. They want to come in. What do you want? Come on in! Come on in! Okay, we're safe. Can anybody tell me what the heck this is? I picked this up off the side of the road, and I have no clue what it's for. So, let's see. This is the top, and then we're continuing to the bottom, and they have like these things sticking up. It goes all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. And then here's the bottom, and it just stands up like this. I have no clue what it's for. I was thinking if I put wine bottles here, once I take off one wine bottle, the whole thing will collapse. So it's not for wine bottles. No clue what it's for. I could probably hang chunky chains, chunky charms on here. Maybe hats. I don't know. I have no clue. Could anybody tell me what in the world it is? So I found that on the side of the road. I have no shame. I don't think I should have any shame, or anybody should have any shame. Junk gypsies do it all the time. Love that show. What was I gonna say? The reason I found it on the side of the road was, let me grab another color over here. Okay, well, you just wanted to rip, so you ripped. Alright. I was driving up this hill to get to the next city over, and I see a yard.